This video has been sponsored by Skillshare. More on them later. So I'm assuming most of you have heard of steel wool fireworks before, and basically what I have here is a kitchen whisk, and it's filled with some fine steel wool, and the kitchen whisk is attached to the steel cable. You can light the steel wool two different ways, so you can either use a lighter or you can use a 9-volt battery. And as you can see, when I run the 9-volt battery across the steel wool, it ignites it. And once I actually start spinning the kitchen whisk around, it creates a really cool spark pattern. So I'll show you guys how that looks. All right, here we go. So me and my friends actually used to enjoy playing with firewire when we were younger, and after watching these old videos from over 12 years ago, I got some feelings of nostalgia and it made me want to do it again. But I wanted to spice things up a bit, and somehow I came up with the idea of strapping the steel wool onto the rear wheels of my drift trike. So I went to the hardware store to get some supplies and bought a lot of steel wool. I ended up making these cages out of some wire fencing, tomato cages, and tie wire. I then fastened them to the PVC sleeves and we were good to go. I really wanted to capture some long exposure images of the steel wool, so I got my photographer friend Rob to come along and take some photos. We started out by slightly lifting the back of the trike off the ground so that I was stationary and not actually moving, and this would allow us to capture some really nice long exposure images. I ended up losing the 3 cages on the right wheel after the first attempt, which was unfortunate, but it still looked awesome just having the steel wool on the one wheel. So once we were done taking the long exposure images, I just ripped around on the trike for a bit, and Rob also captured some awesome pictures of that. Check these out. I figured this would also be the perfect time to talk about the sponsor for this video, which is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives that offers thousands of online classes. Some of the topics include illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and more. A class that I recently followed and really enjoyed was Long Exposure Photography Made Easy by Phil Ebner. In this course, Phil explains absolutely everything you would need to know about long exposure photography, and he makes it really easy to follow. A class that I'm interested in taking next is the Fundamentals of DSLR Photography. I've mainly only ever used my camera for filming YouTube videos, and I rarely ever actually use it to take pictures. So hopefully this course can give me some inspiration and teach me more than just using auto mode. Skillshare is also extremely affordable, with their annual subscription working out to be less than $10 a month. On top of that, Skillshare is offering a 2-month free trial to anyone who signs up using the link in the video description below. So if you are interested in Skillshare and want to help support my videos, check out Skillshare in the description below. So I recently came across a really cool video which was posted by Scott Blake, and what he did was he created some drift sleeves which he calls Sparky Sleeves. Basically what Sparky Sleeves are is they're just regular drift sleeves like this, only he drilled 80 holes in them and filled them with flint rods. So I thought that was super cool. You can check out his video in the description below, but I'm gonna do the exact same thing. So I already started on the template. So now I'm gonna drill all these holes into the drift sleeves, and then I'm gonna install the flint rods, and then we're gonna go from there and see how cool it is. And there we go, the drift sleeves are done. So let's go see how these things look.
All right, here we go.
Alright guys, I think I'm going to end this video here. I just wanted to say that I had a blast making this video and I really hope you all enjoyed it. So if you did, maybe leave a like or consider subscribing. But either way, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.